What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. GoTeams50 here, bringing you something new to the channel. It's going to be a quick movie review, actually. And like I said, you guys know I'm a huge video game fanatic, so the obvious movie I have to talk about is Mortal Kombat. I guess first things first, I'm really excited. I'm not the biggest Mortal Kombat lore head, so I don't know a lot of the lore, but I love all the games. Been playing since MK2. It came out in '94, and I was like 2 years old. But my brother had the game, and he let me play it. And my parents obviously had no idea the game was as bad as it was until it showed up on the news. So yeah, that time I was just playing MK, having a good time with it. Never played MK3, but then the next one I put a ton of time into was MK4. It was around when I was like 10. So yeah. Ever since then, I've been playing them. So from Deception, Deadly Alliance, Armageddon, MK9, the remake, MK10, 11, so forth and so on. I even play like Shaolin Monks. So yeah, I'm a big MK video game fan. Like I say, don't know too much about the lore, but you know. But regardless, y'all are here for this freaking movie review. I guess before I get started, first things first, spoiler warning. So if you have not seen the video or the movie and you do not want to be spoiled on anything, you should probably click off right now. Before you click off, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, that way you can get up to date and maybe come back to this when you have watched it and see my opinion or whatever. But let's get into it. So overall, how did I feel about the movie? I was super hyped. It's honestly one of the reasons I was considering buying or subscribing to HBO Max, because theaters are still kind of like weird. I'm fully vaccinated, so I would totally go to a theater, but it was just weird. So we decided to just stream it on HBO Max. And thank you, shout outs to Angel. Got that good old friend help, let's say that. So anyway, movie overall, I was really hyped for it. I saw that first trailer about 2-3 months ago on Twitter, and I literally stayed away from every other trailer and I guess marketing promotion they came out for the movie. Main reason being is because I was so hyped for the game. I didn't want to be I guess the word is spoiled on anything. Even though they came up with that 7-minute fight between Scorpion and Sub-Zero, I didn't watch it. I just saw it. I was like, I want to go into this movie completely blind, completely fresh, and have it from there. A couple friends of mine were telling me like, yo, it may or may not be that good, and I was just like, there's no way. If the trailer that I saw is anything like the rest of the movie can't be bad. So I was pretty rose-colored glasses going into it, like, yo, I'm going in blind, but I'm pretty hyped for it. So movie was all right. If that's all you really wanted to get at, is like, was it good or bad? The movie was all right. It wasn't phenomenal. It didn't it's not an instant classic, I'll say that much. And I have my reasons for that, which I'll get into. But overall, I loved the design of like the costumes and stuff like that. The graphics were, I mean, definitely modern day. The CG, the blood, all the animations were great. There were some questionable things in there, but overall, the quality and design, I'm presuming they had a much larger budget than the original 90s one. That's all I'll say. So what did they do great? Like I say about the visuals, I guess the designs of some of the characters were really great. I also liked the music. The music was really, really good. I also enjoyed all the Easter eggs and callbacks to the old games, including one that was like at the beginning that I kind of just remembered. The main character, what is his name? Cole, I think it's Cole something. I forgot his last name. But he's basically a basic cage fighter that gets $200 a fight, right? So he was going into his another fight, and his coach was just like, you know what? You can't just keep attacking. You gotta block. So I know maybe it's subtle, maybe they didn't mean it, but I think that's a callback to button mashers and video games in general. Like, hey, you have to learn how to block. So good call out there. The other thing I liked was they kept some of the story elements correct. I know that the original Scorpion's name is Hanzo Hasashi, so that was pretty cool. And the original Sub-Zero was Bihan, and they just hate each other, which, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's because Quan Chi, the evil sorcerer, basically told Bihan, like, yo, the Shirai Ryu destroyed your clan and you need to go kill them to get revenge or whatever. So I don't know, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Let me know about the whole lore behind the Lin Kuei and the Shirai Ryu. I know they hate each other. So after that, what else? The cameos. So I loved all the characters, I guess you would say. So Kano, Sonya Blade. You had Jax, you had Cole, the new character they kind of just shoehorned into the movie. Liu Kang, Kung Lao, who else? Natara. You had Cabal, one of my favorite character designs and characters in the whole thing. You also had Shang Tsung, and you had Melina, a new take on Melina, but Melina. Raiden, and I think that was it. If I'm probably missing a character too, but I think that was all I could really remember. So anyway, they kind of did pretty well. They stuck to the story elements of them, like, you know, Jax and Sonya being in the special forces or whatever, and you know, Liu Kang being like, I guess, a monk, and his master being Bo Raicho, who actually took him in and trained him, I guess the same way as Kung Lao. Kung Lao being like, you know, one of the greatest champions, got the cool blade hat, which he has one of the greatest scenes in the entire movie. Who else? I'm trying to think who else. I mean, the classic, you know, Scorpion, get over here. It just didn't hit as good as I wanted it to, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. But it was nice. The story itself, oof, boy, the story was kind of all over the place. The best way I could describe it is they were Earth Chosen's warriors have a birthmark of the dragon logo from Mortal Kombat, and if you have that dragon mark, you can participate in Mortal Kombat. The only people who had it were Cole, Jax, apparently Kano, because he killed somebody who had it. So Kano killed a person who was supposed to have it and got the mark, and that is apparently how you get the mark if you don't have one, is if you kill the person who has one, you then become a champion that can fight in Mortal Kombat, the Mortal Kombat tournament, that is. Kung Lao, Liu Kang, you know, obvious ones. But here's the thing about the Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat, from what I understand, is essentially a big tournament between Earthrealm, Outworld, and, you know, like all the other realms, Netherrealm and stuff like that. But in this movie, they never, and I mean never, have this tournament. And the reason they get around that is because from Shang Tsung's idea, he's like, we're going to have the tournament, but they can't participate in the tournament if they don't have anybody who's alive that can go into the tournament. So we're just going to kill everybody before the tournament happens, and which is apparently against the rules, and the Elder Gods just don't care. But the Elder Gods set the rules, so whatever, you know. So, and also Elder Gods apparently cannot interfere with any of the combatants before the tournament, which Raiden definitely does throughout the movie. And I'm pretty sure he's a form of an Elder God. I know he answers to the Elder Gods, but I think he is an Elder God as well. Or he's just the God of lightning, you know, one of the two. I could be wrong, once again, not the biggest head on, you know, Mortal Kombat lore, but overall, story was, like I say, all over the place, different lots of plot holes, everything like that. Kano was definitely stole the show as far as, you know, characters go. He was comedic relief, but he had some great one-liners. Now, yeah, like I say, in the story, they're not supposed to. He was kind of painted as a good guy for about 80% of his screen time, and then, you know, the last 20% is the Kano we kind of remember, the skeeving, conniving, double crossers, stuff like that. But, you know, whatever. So also the fights, you know, they could have been better. I like that all the fights were there. They were bloody, they were high action, high intense, but the choreography for the fights just didn't seem as good as some other movies I've seen. You know, I've seen like shoot 'em up bang bang movie, like gun movies have better fight choreography than the Mortal Kombat movie did. And the main thing you would think you would put a lot of time into is the choreography for the fights, which for me, it just wasn't there. It seemed like kind of they were just like moving too slow. Maybe the angles and like the camera work just wasn't really showing the actual fights. Now, fatalities and deaths and, you know, like the scene where Jax gets his arms ice blown off by Sub-Zero. That's just hype. Scorpion doing the first initial kind of like what's it called, hidden daggers type moves, where he just takes a gardening tool and wraps it with a rope and like spears a dude's head and then pulls him straight down. Bro, that was hype. That was amazing. But why could the whole movie be like that is my problem. But neither here nor there. The plot, like I say, was all over the place. There was no Johnny Cage. There is a cameo. Well, not a cameo, but a little Easter egg hint at the very end of the movie, where Cole, I think his name's Cole Young. Cole's like, yo, I'm going to go to fucking Hollywood. And he's like, his coach is like, what's in Hollywood? And he's like, not what? Who? Because Raiden said he was going to create a whole new team of Earth's mightiest warriors, not the Z Fighters, but Mortal Kombats. And you see a poster that just shows the Johnny Cage belt, and it just says Caged. So part of me really wants this to get a sequel, just so I can see one of my favorite characters, Johnny Cage, and just see how they do my boy. They better give him the shadow kick and the fireball, the shadow uppercut. I want to see the nut punch. I want to see the sunglasses. I want to see the swag. I want to see the I'm cocky, I'm rich, I'm just a Hollywood movie star. I want to see that. That's Johnny Cage, and that's why he's one of my favorite characters of the whole thing. Now, we'll say this. Like I say, other than that, movie wasn't the greatest to me. Just coming from like a super fan standpoint. Like I said, the story was all over the place. They didn't really get to ever have the tournament because everybody died supposedly. But Shang Tsung, who I don't even think participates in the tournament, he just gathers people to fight in the tournament, just straight up killed people. But okay, whatever. After he lost all his folks, so he just stole Kung Lao's soul, and he was like, all right, I'm out, bye. But then Raiden, the reason he even got left, or he even left before he could get jumped by all the combatants, Raiden teleported his ass back to Outworld. So I was like, what the we gotta jump this man and got my boy's soul back. But whatever. So yeah, that was that. But Kung Lao had one of the coolest freaking scenes in the movie. Like, he basically controlled his hat, made it turn into the famous buzzsaw, and it was just sitting on the ground, buzzsawing away. And then he caught Nitara, who was trying to fly in and get him from behind. He got on her back and shoved her right into the blade, bro. It was nice. That was one of the coolest fatalities. And he hit her with the flawless victory. Heck yes. Ooh, boy, that was hype. That was single-handedly one of the greatest scenes in the whole movie. Otherwise, like I say, the Scorpion Sub-Zero final fight was pretty hype. I feel like I don't know if they were setting this whole thing up as Cole having to fight Sub-Zero, but they literally took all that away and brought back like Death in Hell Sub-Zero to fight Sub-Zero. Or Death in Hell Scorpion to fight Sub-Zero. And that fight was really good, but it seemed like Cole was just kind of in the way because he was just trying to save his family, while Granddad Scorpion was trying to fight apparently immortal Sub-Zero, because apparently it was like 4,000 plus years ago. Whatever, life, numbers. Apparently being an Outworld makes you immortal. So there you go. But overall, I guess the question I would ask is, would I watch it again? I would watch it again. And would I get as hyped for watching it as I did the original 90s Mortal Kombat? Probably not. Definitely not. Like, to this day, I know the original 90 Mortal Kombat is super cheesy. It's super cliche. The plot is literally nowhere. But one thing they did right is they gave you that super nostalgia feeling. The original, it starts out with the song. It makes Liu Kang looks more like, the Liu Kang for the original game. Not really, but, they give you the ninjas being Scorpion and Sub-Zero and just their costumes. I'm like, just give me the bars right here, yellow, blue. Give me Reptile in the green. Reptile was just a chameleon in this movie, but whatever. I'm hoping that the second movie definitely hits a lot more, and the story doesn't have to be great for Mortal Kombat, because the story right now for Mortal Kombat is just kind of like all over the place. They've gone back in time multiple times and stuff like that. So to retcon their own story, so that everybody doesn't just die. So the story doesn't have to be super great, but it should flow. What I'm saying? I can follow the game's story of Mortal Kombat, but this movie's story kind of seemed like they just jumped all over the place. Kano was just like, yo, I know a guy with a plane. Next thing you know, they're on the plane. I'm like, where do we come from? Now we're jumping out of a plane into the desert. Cool. Apparently this is where Raiden's castle is, but he doesn't even know where it's at. Stuff like that. But I digress. Overall, if you have not Disney, HBO Max, give it a watch. Definitely form your own opinion. I think, like I say, it's a good movie. I'd probably give it like a 5.5 or a 6 out of 10. So it's not something I would never ever watch again, but it's not something like if it comes out on Blu-ray day one, I gotta rush out to go buy it. But it'll be something I'll add to the collection maybe when it goes to like $5-10, or I'll just stream it for whenever I want to watch it or something like that. So yeah, that's about it. Is it better than the 90s version? Yes, it is in terms of production value, costumes and stuff like that. As far as like fan factor and like vintage nostalgia, it has a lot of callbacks to those nostalgias, but you don't actually see them. Personally, I'm a little biased. I just like the 90s one. It was the first one I saw when I was like 5 or 6, so it kind of got me really into the games more, seeing all those characters I was just butting mashing with on the SNES on the big screen. So yeah, I saw somebody who said that the Avengers set the bar pretty high when it comes to like age-old children nostalgia movies, and did it hit this bar for me? Not exactly. It's getting there. It took 30 years for this to be made, and I'm not, like I say, it's not horrible, but it definitely could have been better. So maybe I'll watch it a couple more times and I'll have a difference of opinion, but like I say, about a 5.5 or a 6 out of 10. Like I say, watch it yourself, form your own opinion, and that's about all I got for the Mortal Kombat movie. I really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed you watching this video. It's about 16 minutes long of me just talking. It is the longest video game / movie review I've ever done. The only one, actually. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Remember to always stay safe. Don't kill nobody, especially after seeing Mortal Kombat. Don't want nobody getting out here being fatality'd or flawless victoried. But yeah, stay tuned. Subscribe for all the awesome content I'm going to bring you. I also plan to do one of these for Demon Slayer, if you're a fan of anime. The Mugen Train movie, which is another one I watched on the same day, so that's pretty hype. But yeah, y'all stay safe, don't kill nobody, and have a good day. Bye. Peace.